floor. Lillard and Trent Jr. are the guards. Inside, we have Giannis and Lopez. And it's Kuzma in at the small forward. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. A nice shot by Lillard.
And showing why he's so respected around the league. Lillard lighting it up.
So it's Miami now. Wiggins passes to Hero. Here's Ware. Covered by Lopez. And it's Ware missing.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Trent on the wing. Oh, rejected by Wiggins.
Well done, Andrew Wiggins. If he can sustain that kind of energy on the defensive end, boy, he's an asset out there.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Second chance shot. Oh, and Giannis hammers it in.
Padding the stat sheet, getting the board and the hoop all on one play.
Yep, he's earning his coach's appreciation. It's Wiggins on the wing. It's stolen by Kuzma. And Lillard, here we go. Shoots over Hero. The putback. The shot misses. Kuzma's gone just 2 of 6 shooting. 33%. And the foul on Gary Trent. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And yeah, he still was moving at the point of contact.
And if you're just joining us, we played just over a minute here in the third.
Kuzma knowing his body well and using it.
Where? That's good.
Yes, finally one drops after the 0 of 3 start.
And it's Lillard with the ball for the Bucks. That one a little long. For Miami, they've gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. And the bucket is good. Burks has got 9 points.
So many things that Adebayo does as a big man, but it's that passing skill that really separates him.
Trent, the pass to Lopez. Inside, here's Lillard. Ooh, good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Lillard's got 4 points in the quarter.
And his fantastic performance from the last game has carried over to tonight.
And the coach pretty smart for zoning in on him and giving him opportunities to stay with that confident play.
Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over. And Brett, the Heat always looking to compete year in, year out.
Well, for good reason. This team takes a lot of pride in themselves a chance every year. And the way the front office conducts their business is they believe they can put together the type of roster that is going to go out there and take care of things to put them in position to be successful.
Anderson's checked in for Wiggins. And a quick pause here. Let's go to the 2K leaderboard and check out last season's best shot blockers. Third is Brook Lopez.
It's obvious that he completely dedicated himself to protecting the rim, doing everything he could to get his hands on as many shots as possible.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to take on the tough assignments defensively. He said, quote, "I believe I'm one of the best two-way players to ever play this game, and I want to have that challenge, knowing that you gave everything to the game and you gave everything to stop the other team's best players."
He certainly wants to dominate in every way, Allie. Thank you. It's Anderson on the wing. To the paint. Here's Burks. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Burks has got 11 points.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
Pass to Lopez. On the wing, Kuzma. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
You have to limit mistakes. They're so tough to overcome.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
Over to the wing. Adebayo from long range. Kicks it out to Anderson. Pass to Hero. From deep three-point land. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Here's Lillard. And here is Antetokounmpo. And no good. Nice D from Anderson. Now here's Adebayo. Over Lillard. And there's another one for the Heat.
Just a brilliant, gritty performer night in and night out. Bam continues to contribute.
To the inside. Antetokounmpo. Tries again. Shakes him. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got 11 rebounds in the game. Pass to Adebayo. Up top Anderson. Burks with it. Guarded by Trent. Hero for three. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
And you could tell Tyler Hero has put some hours in shooting the rock.
Trent outside. Here's Lopez. Nails the baby hook.
You're not going to see him miss too many from there. Just a handful to defend.
Pass to Ware. Good work defensively by Lopez.
Teammates right now covering up for the type of off performance he's having. In terms of scoring, this has not been his best night.
Well, the Bucks shooting just 36% in the third. Here's Ware. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Anderson has great vision as a point forward. Exceptional court awareness.
Lillard passes to Antetokounmpo. On the wing, Kuzma. Pass to Lopez. Rebound Miami. Adebayo's got 9 rebounds now. Here's Burks. And Miami again with the bucket.
Good heads-up basketball. Sees an opening and capitalizes.
You know, he's 6'9". Brent, would you call Bam Adebayo a small ball center?
If you were standing in front of him, B.A., would you do that? I don't know if I want to do that. I want to ask Bam what he wants to be called. Whether it's center or forward, it doesn't really much matter. This guy can play both ends of the floor and can dominate a game. He's got great strength. He continues to grow his game.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
No good on the wing three.
Yeah, the three-pointer has not been his weapon in this one. He had 1 in the first quarter and still 0 here in the second.
And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
Prince is checked in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And so it's Rozier who brings it up for the Miami Heat. Launches it from deep. Prince grabs the miss. Prince has got 4 rebounds now. Lillard outside. The three. Adebayo grabs the board. Miami dominating the game. Pass to Larson from deep three-point land. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Lillard's got 6 rebounds now in the game. And it's all from three-point range. The Heat shooting 39% from the field in the third. Here's Anderson. Good on the shot. Anderson's got 6 points.
Well, capable on the interior to score so long. Slow-mo. Anderson not going to pass up a look like that.
Here's Prince. Trent on the wing. He's guarded by Hero. Trent against Hero. Clock at 6. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
You have to limit mistakes. They're so tough to overcome.
Well, not making things easier on themselves right now, that's for sure.
Robinson, he's checked in for Hero. And again, no good by Miami. Milwaukee has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Here's Rollins, pounded by Rozier. He got a piece of it.
Good intensity on defense. Kyle Anderson using the length that time and timing it well to get the rejection.
Highsmith, he's checked in for Miami. Here's Kuzma. Larson with a rebound.
And it's another just bad decision on a night full of those. His shot selection tonight has been questionable at best.
Robinson got the loose ball, but that'll be a backcourt violation.
That's a bad miscue, but I think they've done a really good job keeping control of the ball throughout the game.
And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will keep it.
Just a millisecond late. So close to coming up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
Here's Kuzma.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
Bam's size, along with his athleticism, that could be a big problem on the interior.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Heat.
Well, they have owned the offensive perimeter throughout this game, finding lots of openings and turning them into big shots.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
Here's Highsmith. He's got 16. Gets the three to fall.
Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Here's Prince. Sims, the pass to Prince. Sims. And even after two offensive rebounds, they just can't take the lid off. Pass to Adebayo. Lets it fly. Offensive rebound. Outside for Rozier. Here's Larson. And again, it's Miami from deep.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
They still need this. Sims. No luck on that one. Good D by Adebayo. Here's Larson. He's got 7. Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. Larson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Where was the D on that one? Just too easy.
Rollins passes to Prince. And the layup is good off the glass.
Well, that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference. Not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
Here's Adebayo. It's hauled in by Portis. Portis has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Green. It's deflected. Second chance effort. The putback. Ooh, tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall.
And this has been a night where you could look at his shooting and his performance, and it's affected the team. That's the bottom line.
What vision from Rozier there. Seeing his teammate was wide open and making the right pass.
Here's Rollins. And they cash it in right away with a quick shot. Rollins has got 12 points. And they've been moving the ball really well tonight.
Good things come to those who take good shots.
Here's Larson. And again, Miami with a triple.
After not having a 3 during the first half, he's made 2 now this second half, and he looks hungry for more.
Pass to Sims. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 15 rebounds here tonight. Here's Highsmith. Misses from short range. And here's Rozier. Knocked loose. Highsmith passes to Adebayo. Here's Larson. On the wing, Rozier. The 3. Takes the 3. There's the 3. And out of bounds. Milwaukee will have it. While we have a moment, let's check out the highest scoring teams in the league last season. The 4th spot held by the Bucks.
And last year, I liked watching this team operate on the offensive end. The ball movement, the patience, the confidence. You love seeing all that come together.
Here's Rollins. It's Prince on the wing. Ooh, making his presence felt here. He's now 6 for 9 in this game.
More and more signs of the skill set of Taurean Prince as he finds an open teammate.
Pass to Larson. There's the triple. Nails it from beyond the arc. Larson's got 11 in the second half.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
It's hauled in by the Heat.
But whether the shots are wide open or contested, he is just having no luck right now, guys, with anything.
And a vicious slam by Rozier, really sticking it to them.
Milwaukee has got nothing to fall from outside in this third quarter. Here's Rollins. He's got 14. Down low. Here's Portis. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
That'll count. What a play! He drains it at the buzzer.
Oh, they're on fire. The run punctuated by the big trifecta.
And 3 quarters of play in the books. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Miami calls timeout, and you see player training methods, Grant, a lot more than just running and getting shots up.
And you know, B.A., what interests me, players not just training their bodies better than ever, but also their minds. They're working on hand-eye coordination drills and just all kinds of stuff to enhance their reflexes.
And here's Milwaukee now. On the floor for Miami, starting the fourth quarter. Jaime Jaquez out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Tyler Hero. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And the Heat shooting an efficient 57% tonight. Pass to Adebayo. Hero for 3. Amude with the rebound. And Milwaukee shooting 37% from the floor at this point. And the NBA has regular season games outside the U.S., all over the world. How important is that, Grant?
It's so important, B.A. I mean, basketball has become a global sport. And just look at the recent MVPs. They're mostly international players. So playing games in those countries has helped the game grow all over the world.
Pass to Jackson. Got a piece of it. And stolen by Adebayo. Here's Burks. Yes. And it's Adebayo picking up the assist.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Rollins no good. For Miami, they've gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Jaquez finds Burks. Here's Ware. Now here's Burks. Defended by Jackson. And again, it's Miami from deep.
Well, that equals his 3-point total from the first half. He had 1 before the break, and that's his first 3 of this half.
Pass to Sims. Connaughton against Adebayo. And that one drops for him. Connaughton's gotten his first points of the night.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in. Well, he got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
Here's Rollins. And it's Miami with a rebound. Adebayo's got his 20th rebound here tonight. A deep three. The Heat rebound.
Yeah, maybe a little luck, maybe a little bit of heart. Both of those at play here. He's getting every offensive rebound.
Jaquez no good.
Maybe a little false confidence there. Not a high percentage shot for him.
Coaches will tell you that's a bad shot, but when your teammates tell you that, you probably got to think about it.
And yep, it's good.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
And so Hero will bring it up for Miami. And out of bounds, Milwaukee will have it. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Damian Lillard comes in for Rollins. Anderson's checked in for Miami. Mitchell comes in for Hero. Lillard passes to Antetokounmpo. And Kyle Anderson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul of the game. As we know, Brent, experiencing some team drama is not an uncommon experience in the NBA.
Man, BA, as years went on and playing 7, 8, 9 seasons in the league, you almost started to invite some of that drama into the locker room. It's really a character builder, and it shows you that you care about what it is that you're doing. So the drama are always great lessons for how strong your team is going to be.
Drains the triple.
This has been their game plan here in the final period. We'll see if it continues to work out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Seen that play develop ahead of time. Hits his man in stride.
Outside Burks over Jackson. Burks no good. For Milwaukee, they've gotten 4 of 9 shots to go in during this fourth quarter. And it's Antetokounmpo with a miss.
Looking for the spectacular and coming up empty.
Yeah, you can see when it's that close, players react. Oh, man, we just missed that one. Maybe they'll get another chance at it.
Just what they wanted from that possession. A quality look in tight.
And here's Lillard. Inside. Here's Connaughton. Yes, great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 6 assists in the game.
And their offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Here's Jaquez. And the Heat, another 3.
They've been pretty lax with their perimeter defense, giving up a lot of three-pointers.
Antetokounmpo, the pass to Sims. Tipped. From deep. Jaquez no good. The Bucks have gotten 5 of 12 shot attempts to go so far in the fourth quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo. It's Jackson, high post. Lillard left side. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 5. And Giannis with the jam.
Dominating in effortless fashion. This is what Giannis does on a consistent basis.
The Heat have gotten 6 of their 13 shots to go. Back to Mitchell. From deep three-point land. The rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's. And Brent, you look at the greater parity around the league. One factor, rebuilding teams can't hoard cap space like they once did.
Yeah, BA, so much tougher for teams to absorb these huge contracts in exchange for picks. So now you've got to use that cap space from day one, jump on the guys that you think are going to propel your team and hope for the best.
Lillard passes to Connaughton. Shoots over Jaquez. Deflected. Antetokounmpo against Burks. Pass to Ware. And Miami again with the bucket.
Looks like he's shooting with a lot more confidence here in the second half.
Lillard against Mitchell. And the dunk by Lillard.
Lillard works so hard on the offensive end of the floor. It's really what helps him get going like this.
Here's Ware. And there's another one for the Heat.
He came out of halftime with renewed focus, heating things up offensively.
For three, here's Lillard. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got his 18th rebound here tonight, all over the place.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard. Just showing some tremendous authority controlling the boards. Love it.
Sort of reminding me of a little Ben Wallace action here from his years with the Pistons. He's been that much of a force rebounding the ball. Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Outside Mitchell from deep three-point land. Milwaukee with the rebound. Lillard outside. From the stripe. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Here's Mitchell. Uses the glass on the layup.
Wow, he doesn't make those kind of plays too often. Sweet move inside.
And so Lillard will bring it up for the Bucks. More and more we're seeing international players come into the league who are NBA ready, Grant.
It really is a sight to see, BA. And some of those guys start playing pro ball when they're 16 or 17 years old. It toughens you up real quick playing against older competition at that age. Not himself from range right now, but the only way out of this funk is to keep trying.
Antetokounmpo finds Connaughton. Antetokounmpo outside. 6 to shoot. Lets it go from 11. Rebound Miami. Ware's got his 20th rebound here tonight. Here's Jaquez. And there's another one for the Heat.
Setting each other up beautifully. I love it. 8 of their last 10 points coming off assists.
The Bucks shooting about 43% since the fourth quarter began. To the middle. Here's Sims. Misses in close.
It wouldn't surprise me to see him find his touch and still be a factor. Don't count them out yet.
Count that bucket.
Well, Anderson's such a unique point forward. He uses his size to see over the D and make those kind of passes.
Looking to get back on track. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
And the slam was so good. But the dribble move he made to get there was a thing of beauty.
Absolutely. What a slick play.
And you can see Jaquez is getting more and more comfortable operating off the ball.
Lillard passes to Sims. Antetokounmpo against Anderson. Antetokounmpo. Bam. Now here's Mitchell. Anderson with it. Jackson in his pocket. Here's Jaquez. It's cleared by Damian Lillard. Lillard's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. The 11-footer. Connaughton can't hit. Miami dominating the game. Pass to Burks. Here's Ware. Oh, another basket for him. He's 6 of 11 now.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Antetokounmpo, the pass to Sims. Connaughton, left side. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Antetokounmpo, that's good.
Giannis looking more and more comfortable each year operating from the mid-range.
Here's Jaquez. Second shot opportunity. Blocked. And out of bounds. Milwaukee will have it. Milwaukee making some changes. Brook Lopez is checked in for Sims. Prince comes in for Connaughton. And it's Rollins in for Jackson. Bam Adebayo's checked in for Miami. Terry Rozier comes in for Mitchell. And another miss by Milwaukee. Miami shooting an even 50% since the fourth quarter got underway.
It's safe to say they have dominated this game. The game wasn't even as close as the score says in a great win for the Heat.
And you don't usually see this kind of blowout, but tonight they delivered the punishment.
I mean, what's so impressive is they never wavered in their approach. They just kept at it and showed they were without a doubt the better team.
And this one concludes with their 2nd victory of the year. And it's Lopez with the jam.
Not just hanging out there on the perimeter. Lopez attacking the rim.
Pass to Burks. Puts up a deep three. The offensive rebound. Now Rozier puts up a three. Another possession. Another assist.
That makes 15 assists.
He has been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Here's Rollins. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Antetokounmpo can't connect.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
Oh, and there's a one-hand jam.
You got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
The shot by Lillard, no good. One side is dominated tonight.
Yeah, they've done a fantastic job of imposing their pace and style of play.
Anderson can't get it to go. Here's Rollins. So no problem for Miami as they get the win. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement indeed, B.A. It was an enemy territory, but they controlled the game and took the crowd completely out of it. That's how you win on the road.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So alongside Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, and our entire 2K crew, I'm
that make the trade boom. For real, can't wait for my to hit. That's it. Why you way too hot for all this? Be lit. Young Valley nigga speaking that fact. Oh, I'm the voice. On my end, can't turn my back. Never had no choice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. These people done turned us into bosses.
There we go. Everyone has take.
Everybody. They got a ball back. Oh, come on.
Down 3 here.
That's my number. Oh yeah. Hey, I find a loophole. Been since a youngster. Fully, we can't let no punk us. About no, I treat a model like a. I know thugs, I know. I was raised to get some money, flip that like 10 ways. And my money hungry, stack that for 90 days.
It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Glad you're here with us tonight for this Monday night presentation. With Doris Berg, Greg Anthony, and Hall of Famer David Aldridge, I'm Kevin Harlan. And our special guest at the broadcast table for this one, the celebrated Shams Charania. Hey, Shams, thanks so much for joining us tonight. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Kevin, thanks so much. Always fun to hang out with you and all your crew and talk basketball.
All right, I've told Doris and Greg and David, just buckle up because we are going to be on a great ride with you. And now the opening lineup for Boston. The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the 5 spot. And for the Heat, we've got Hero. Bam Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Ware in at the center filling out the middle. Shams, no team is going to run off titles like Boston did in the 60s, but these Celtics have a chance to win their share. What a great start for them.
An absolutely loaded roster. Everyone can defend. Everyone can shoot. They love the ability they have on their team, and you have to be able to play multiple positions and be versatile to play on this team. It's hard to find a weak link, and it's really championship or bust in Boston.
And it feels so great for their coach, Joe Mazzulla. I know we'll get into that down the road. What a great job he's done.
A young coach who has really found his stride.
And so it's the Celtics getting on the board first. Got that one up quick.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working just stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Now here is Holiday. Shoots over Hero. Offensive rebound. That one goes in.
One of the hardest, most prideful players out there. Jason Tatum ready to help out on that play.
Out to the right wing. Adebayo passes to Hero. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
That's not coming with the right mentality. The defender neither closes the space nor challenges the shot. That's frustrating as a coach, boy.
Tatum wide open. He fires one. Here's Holiday. Miami grabs the miss. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
Yeah, and that one, unbelievable shooting display, especially from long range. That turned out to be the difference.
Well, and I think what that was a product of was their movement off the basketball. Just tremendous work on the perimeter.
Here's Brown following the basket by Bam Adebayo. Outside Holiday. The kick out to Tatum. 6 on the shot clock. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
The ability for Jason Tatum to be ready on the catch. Those opportunities make the game a little bit easier.
Burks the pass to Ware. Good ball movement here by Miami. And he gets it to go. Adebayo's got 7 points in the game.
Talk about hitting the ground running. 4 for 5 to start.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, I was able to catch up with Eric Spoelstra a few minutes ago. Now, we talked about Jrue Holiday and how he plans to stop him from being a factor out there. Coach said it won't be easy. He told me Holiday is a gifted two-way guy, but I think we can trip him up by staying on him on all times, by staying aggressive. So that direct approach is what they hope throws Holiday off his game. Guys?
Thank you, David.
A bit of pride at stake, trying to get that last 3-ball back, but couldn't get it to fall.
Well, the latest CBA introducing the second apron, limiting, Shams, what teams above the cap can do. How does that new rule affect teams?
Decision makers tell me that they're very much keeping an eye on the second apron, not only of their team, but others, and teams that will have to shed salary because of the second apron and the amount of big contracts we're going to see teams give to players. You're going to see it at the top, but that may dwindle in the middle of their roster. But we will see a more competitive league because of these new CBA changes and less of a chance of super teams and just more parity and dispersed talent.
Do you constantly read over some of these CBA agreements? I would assume that you do, to have a full understanding of terms like the apron, like we just talked about, or all the other things, the luxury tax, all the things that make deals possible.
It's one thing to have luxury tax. It's a whole nother animal now to have the second apron. And that, certainly for teams that are deep in the second apron, that limits their ability to go make major trades, to be able to sign players for more than the minimum. And we're seeing that happen to at least 1 or 2 teams around the league right now. So how will that impact things? But certainly the CBA being 50, 60, 70 pages, that's something you pour through before every calendar year.
It is just fascinating.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Just feels like the basket is looking awfully small to them right now. They're having a hard time getting anything to fall.
A different look for Miami. Nikola Jovic has checked in for Bam Adebayo. Jaime Jaquez comes in for Wiggins. And it's Rozier in for Burks. Tatum's shot is off. Heat leading by 5. Pass to Hero. Kicks to Ware to the inside. Jaquez outside. There's 3-pointers off the mark. And here's White. He'll bring it up for Boston. Brown. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Terry Rozier.
What I love about Jaylen Brown is his commitment to improvement. This guy's worked hard on his three-point shooting. He's worked hard on his handle and his decision-making, and there's still another level to come.
And he makes the first. And Brown drops them both.
You think about what Jaylen Brown brings to the table. Elite athleticism, three-point shot making, attacking the rim in transition, so much to like.
Well, we can all agree nothing better than the atmosphere of an NBA game. So, Shams, I know it's hard to pick one, but is there a best crowd, a best atmosphere in the NBA that you've come across that you really appreciate?
The Warriors fans, I feel, even at their peak, they bring a different level of aura, of enthusiasm. Kevin, you've been to more arenas than I have in more celebrated times as well at different points. What's your favorite, what's your best NBA arena atmosphere?
When that New York crowd is popping, that arena is second to none, man. It is sizzling. Like you, I love knowledgeable fans, right? They know the calls, they know the officials, they know the strategies, they know what a player can and cannot do. That, to me, is the best part about going in some of these arenas and feeling that the players, have made it to a point where the fans know exactly what they can and cannot do. Knowledgeable fans.
I'll take your word for it, but that just means I have to get out to a Knicks game.
Now, here's Tatum, coming off a solid outing against Indiana. White down low. It's hauled in by the Heat. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Celtics team.
And they're facing the team that dismissed them from the postseason last year. So certainly a little payback in mind.
Pass to Jovic. Goes up again. Great D that time from Tatum.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
Brown wide open. He fires. Again, the miss by the Celtics. The Heat leading by 3. And Hero the bucket on the assist by Hawkins. Hero's got his second bucket.
Oh, and the touch on the interior. Hero can hit jumpers as well as capitalize in close.
Tatum deciding where to go with it. Got a piece of it. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. Now we have a chance to pay homage to the Eastern Conference Player of the Week, Jason Tatum.
And when you have a big man carrying as much of the load as he has, it just makes things so easy for the rest of your team. Completely deserving of the award.
Hey, Shams, I know you cover the league like no one else, but I've seen your jump shot. You have a sweet J. You must have played organized ball, I'm assuming.
I played a little bit in high school, Kevin, but once I got cut in high school, that's when I knew my career path would have to trend into what I'm doing now, into writing and covering the NBA. But I have a lot of confidence in my jump shot, watching the players like Steph Curry shoot the basketball. I'm not trying to give any comparisons, but I do love to shoot the ball. That is the one thing I know I can do decently.
I know. Your answer.
Not much else, but I can shoot.
And the first time out of the game called for the Heat.
Jason Tatum here. Last season, he played outstanding, putting in about 27 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Even if you key in on him all game, he still finds a way to get his numbers.
Right, the skill, the awareness, the physical ability, it's all there, and that's what makes this guy so hard to check.
Making his size a factor. Wiggins does work in the paint.
Here's Brown. Miami grabs the miss. Ware's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Wiggins kicks to Adebayo. On its way from Burks for 2. Porzingis with the steal. Brown against Burks. Brown's shot is good. Hey, Shams, the Heat seem to always be in that area of making a big move, thinking about a big move, certainly seeing what could be out there. What's your sense? Are they trying to shake up their core right now?
The Heat always feel like they are close to competing and really trying to get to the cusp of winning a championship. The question is, can they find another star player to bring to this group? Are they willing to move the assets? And do they have the complementary pieces to go get that star player? But the Heat, we've seen it over the last 4 or 5 years. They're a team that has one thing in mind, and that's winning a championship.
And they can be scary when they get to the playoffs.
Playing the regular season is one thing for this Heat group. They know when the lights are shining the brightest, they can turn it up another level in the playoffs. That's what they're supposed to do.
This guy gets up in the air so smoothly into Wiggins. A nice foundation for that shot.
Passes it to Brown. Back to Holiday. Driving to the basket.
I'll bet even they didn't think the pick would work that well.
No. And they get the major league dunk out of it, too.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic. It is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Brown outside. Back to White. Shoots it up. Miami grabs the miss.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Down low. Where? Good. And it's a 12-point Heat lead.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Holiday dishes to Tatum. Off target with his 3. Here's Miami now. They're on a 17-6 run. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you watch Adebayo. He really has everything you could ask for from that 4 or 5 position. Not a stretch big per se. And that's partly why he shoots such a high percentage.
The Heat making a switch here. Mitchell's checked in. And then for Boston, Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Porzingis. Horford comes in for Jason Tatum. And it's Pritchard in for White. Here's Pritchard. He had 15 points last outing. There's Brown with the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Brown's got 7.
Now, Jaylen Brown is now so legit from deep, boy. You better make sure you're contesting that 3 ball. That's how good he is.
And the Heat call time here. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
And you look at the way the league is moving now, Shams, are there less big trades than when you started or more?
Perhaps a little bit less, but listen, the league is trying to keep parity in this league and allow teams to be able to keep their homegrown stars. But there's always going to be plenty of interest, and that level of interest, not only from players from competing teams, but fans' interest, it's never been higher.
And there's never any hesitancy, right? If a team feels they can get better, For whatever reason and however they do it, I don't think there's any hesitancy to pulling the trigger.
Particularly when you're on the cusp of potentially winning a championship or competing, whether it's competing for the playoffs, competing for a title. If you can make one move that takes you from point A to point B, teams and general managers want to do it.
Well said. Cornette, rebound by the Heat. Ware's got 7 rebounds in the game.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Ware's got 6 points.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
What great burst by Drew Holiday there, and he just finishes with intent. That's a big-time move.
And it's the Heat with the ball after the basket by Boston. Burks for 3. It's hauled in by Cornette. Celtics trail by 13, and Holiday has it in the corner. Misses from short range. The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
Burks can't get it to go. And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. Count that one. And that's now 9 points for Drew Holiday.
Yeah, because of his frame, Holiday can do some of his best work on the interior.
Got that bucket in no time at all. And the Heat lead by 13.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
There's Brown with the 3. And it's Miami with the rebound.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Now here is Holiday. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. Holiday finds Brown. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And we've got a moment now to look at the highest scoring teams in the NBA from last season. The Celtics second.
I just loved how this team attacked their opponents. You could see their confidence grow as the year went on.